Okay, hello, here's part 2 of my CD collection. I meant to do this way earlier, but then I didn't for some reason. Couldn't think too good. I was thinking of other stuff I could talk about on this channel other than music, which is weird since music is typically all I want to talk about. So I was thinking of that stuff, that's why I wasn't really working on this. But I'm here now, and hopefully I'll have something to say because I'm feeling a little bit tired today and it's really hot in my room. But yeah, okay, so going forward, I guess I do still have a lot of CDs to go over, but going forward, I'm thinking I'll try and keep these a little bit more organized or like planned out in advance. So this time I wanted to talk about my grunge CD collection, starting with Nirvana obviously, because they're like the most well-known one and everything. So yeah, I have, wait, am I forgetting something? No, I'm not. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of sorts today. But first I have 3 live CDs. I don't have too much to say about them. We have Palladium Hollywood 1990. This one, I feel like this is sort of a newer release of like old live shows and everything, because it says 2018 on here. I don't know if this ever came out earlier. I'm not getting the vibe that it did. But this one was being 1990. It's a lot of their like Bleach era tracks and everything, and they still had Chad Channing for a while. There's actually a, let me show you. By the way, this is kind of a weird case because see, this is the front, this is the back, and the CD is just the front art, and then the page you see here is just like the back art. Kind of boring. That's also what makes me think this is a newer release, because other than the 2018 on the back, because it could be a remaster, re-release, that kind of thing. A lot of the older booklets are more interesting than this, so, well, you know, didn't put too much effort in this, just trying to churn out more of that Nirvana money. Anywho, on the inside here, focus, here you go. It's not exact, I'll leave it on the screen for a little bit so you can pause and actually read it if you want. Okay. So this is just kind of like, talking about the different shows on this, because this CD's multiple different, performances they did. So yeah, it says here that they lost Chad Channing halfway through the tour, but then they got Dale Crover from the Melvins, who I didn't know has been with the Melvins this long. Because I know, let me think about this. Obviously there's Buzz, apparently there's Dale still. And then, I just think about like their current lineup right now. They have that one dude who makes a lot of like funny faces. Seems kind of like a ball of sunshine compared to the other two. But, I know that I haven't seen him in older videos, but I see him in newer videos. So I kind of assumed it was one of those situations where the lead guy stays in the band the whole time and then everyone else rotates out, like a Smashing Pumpkins kind of thing. I don't know. What was it? Where was I going with this? This is pre Dave Grohl. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me see. Let me take another look-see at the back here. Yeah, okay, so the different, sorry, cars outside. This has a lot of different shows. There's like live FM radio broadcast at State College in Olympia, another live FM radio broadcast in the Netherlands. So yeah. I don't know, pretty cool. Oh, and the other thing, the track listing has some, I feel like I mentioned this at the beginning, Bleach era stuff, but they also have some Incesticide era stuff. So like Mexican Seafood, Hairspray Queen, Downer. Downer is from Hairspray, it's from Incesticide originally, right? Pretty sure it is. Because I've heard, we'll get to that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so then we have MTV Unplugged in New York. Everybody loves the Unplugged set, I imagine. this is a big one for me because, I mean, like I said, everybody loves these. But, when I was first starting out with guitar, I was still really into grunge and everything. I still am. It's just, you know, not as big for me anymore. But, when I was first getting into it, let me show you the pictures while I'm talking in the booklet. You know, Nirvana songs are generally pretty easy to play and everything. Very simple, like, what are they called? I can't remember what those types of chords are called. But, very simple chords. Power chords! Very simple power chords and everything. And so, I was also trying to learn basic chord shapes and everything. So, my time with... Sorry, there's so much going on outside, and also my battery is low. I was learning basic chord shapes like E, B, A, etc., that kind of thing. So, I spent a lot of time learning songs that they played during the MTV Unplugged set, which was really cool. I feel like I didn't show these for that long. Let me show again. My brain's running kind of slow. I got like mental issues or whatever, if you couldn't tell. So, you know, this one's just kind of like a lot of pictures of the band and stuff. I feel like that's usually what they show in a lot of their little booklets for their albums and everything. But yeah, I really like the MTV Unplugged set. I've been wanting to collect more of these, but I'm not always sure like what bands have MTV sets and everything. I've been thinking that Soundgarden should have got one, but I also think, like, I don't know how good some of their songs would have sounded acoustic. I don't know. They're the musicians. They know what to do. Okay, so next we have Nirvana live at Reading? I'm not sure. I used to know at one point how to say it, but not anymore, obviously. This one's definitely a newer release, because it says 2009 in it. I remember, well, I don't remember when this came out because I was 8, but, I remember when the videos of this, concert were getting put on the YouTube channel, and I was like, that's weird that these weren't on there earlier, so I guess this is like a posthumous release of a concert. Nothing too interesting. Why is the disc all scratched up? Okay, here's my disc. Can you see the scratch? Yeah, like right there. Kind of sucks. This booklet also kind of folds out the same way as the other one. Not much of a booklet, more like what do you call it? I don't know. A lot of fun pictures. Now, admittedly, I don't totally remember the track listing. Is it right here? It's not. Wait, is it even listed on here? Oh, it's on the back. Oh, I guess this was my first introduction to bands like Fang and the Wipers. I'd never heard of them before, obviously, because, you know, even with my music taste being what it is, I thought this was obscure when I was little, because nobody else I knew my age was listening to this stuff, obviously, because we were all listening to Disney Channel music and like the Jonas Brothers and stuff. But I always thought this kind of thing was obscure till I got older and realized, like, oh, okay, everyone over the age of like 15, no, that's not true, everyone over the age of like 18 knows who Nirvana is and everything. And then when you get older, people tend to know a little bit more. They know at least Smells Like Teen Spirit or something like that. They've definitely heard a Nirvana song. What was my point? I totally lost track. I'll put a note if it was important or anything. But yeah, so those are my live CDs. The recording may cut out any minute now because my battery's flashing, but don't care. I'll just re-record parts later on if I must. Okay, funny thing, right when I said that it was gonna go out, it did. So I had to go let it charge for a bit. I probably don't have too much more time on this, so I'm gonna try and speed it up. And I'm also gonna try and keep my voice low because I feel like I'm talking kind of loud this time. So let's start with Nevermind. This is the 20th anniversary remaster, I think. So that would be 2011? Really? Okay, I got this one over at Fry's Electronics, I think, back when that still existed. So, oh, here's the back. It's got, that, come on, focus. Focus, 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 please. There we go. It's got that really nice water texture that I really like. And the CD also has it, too. A little different, but, you know, I dig the way it looks. Weird comparison, but it kind of reminds me of on Tumblr these days, when people are posting a screenshot from a post from another blog or something, for some reason they put a water, like an underwater filter on it. So just someone explained to me what that was about, and I don't remember. So just a little comparison I was thinking of. Anywho, so here's the inside. There's the track listing, black and white, like on the back. Collection of lyrics, not all the lyrics, as far as I can tell, and funny Dave Grohl and the gang. And there's a couple more pictures on the back. So yeah. So a thing I always do is I try to act like I have controversial opinions and stuff on Nirvana's albums and everything. Now, to be fair, they only have 3 studio albums, unless we're counting Incesticide or any of the live ones like MTV Unplugged. I feel like a lot of people consider that to be like part of their main discography or whatever. Not Incesticide for some reason, because nobody fucking talks about it. Sorry, I'm gonna try not to swear too much in these videos. The point is I'm trying to say that Nevermind isn't really one of my favorite albums by them. I like it. I listened to it a lot when I was younger, and I really love Stay Away, and I mean, everybody loves their singles. Their singles are great. On a Plane, Stay Away, Drain You, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I never found it to be like their best album like some people do, and I also don't feel that way about In Utero. Although I do like the aesthetics of the album and everything. Like, check out the back here. Come on. Please? There we go. You know, just kind of like the medical, internal type stuff. I just realized those are all kind of like fake babies and fetuses and stuff. Interesting. Here's the disc. Who's that? I can't figure out who that is. Let me know in the comments if you know who that is. Check out the booklet. I haven't really looked at this in a while because, like I said, In Utero isn't really anything I care about too much. Oh, here we go. This one has, again, continuing the whole photo theme, but this one has lyrics for each of the songs, not just, you know, random lyrics from each song. So that's cool. Man, this would have been useful to have as a kid, because I would do this thing, I don't know if this is autism or what, who knows, but a thing I would do is I would listen to the song and I'd try to write the lyrics down based on what I was hearing, instead of just like looking up the lyrics like you could at that time. Like AZ lyrics has been around for a long time, although obviously they're not always correct, but you know. But this would have been good to have, because I always was like, damn, I have no clue what he is saying in this song, which is also me having audio processing issues. But what was it? Where was I going with this? Anyways, I always like when they have lyrics in the booklets, because then I at least know what the songwriter meant to say, or what they're actually saying. I know sometimes the lyrics in the booklets aren't provided by the songwriter or anything, but I'd like to think most of the time they are. Anywho, and then on the back, there's more photos. I like this one with the anatomy diagram. And then pink hair! Kurt! I love it when these guys would have pink hair. I remember Scott Weiland had pink hair. Apparently he had pink hair. Looks kind of red, I guess, in the picture, but I'm pretty sure it's pink. Kurt Cobain had pink hair, and Lane Staley had pink hair. Can we bring back dudes with pink hair? Because, I mean, I'm always like, I want guys with long hair to come back, but, I'm doing my part. But, you know, like, there's no, whatever. Okay, so, you know, and I know I said I didn't like this too much, but I guess it's just, I feel like some people, I mean, I don't really remember what the argument in favor of this being their best album was. Maybe it was, like, the production, the mixing, making it sound more like, less grungy and, like, garage rock kind of thing, like, I don't know, because Bleach obviously sounded kind of messy, but, I mean, that was, like, the appeal of Nirvana in the first place. This one sounds too polished to me, I guess, and at the same time, the songs don't really appeal to me that much. And I'm surprised they appealed to, like, to a wider audience, too, because, I mean, I like, Heart-Shaped Box, I like Dumb, Very Ape, Milk It, Penny Royalty, Tourette's, All Apologies. I like all that. I like Serve the Servants too, and Scentless Apprentice. But, like, when I think of Scentless Apprentice, I'm like, who, like, how did this appeal on such a great level? When they had, Smells Like Teen Spirit being their most popular thing, you know? I feel like this was the most radio-friendly album, and this was the most, like, polished-sounding album. But, I don't know. Again, my contrarian nature is coming out right now. But let's talk about my favoriteest album, Incesticide. Obviously, I do like the art on the front. To my knowledge, this was a... Let me think about this. I'm pretty sure this is a painting that Kurt did. For some reason, I'm thinking it might have been a sculpture. But I don't think so. I might be getting mixed up with Ritual de lo Habitual by Jane's Addiction, and the fact that I saw someone actually made a sculpture of the little critters on the front, so, you know. Here's the CD. It's kind of interesting because I don't usually like... I was gonna wear my Incesticide shirt, but it was showing off too much stuff. It's kind of a thin fabric, but, I usually don't like this sort of really pale green. I don't want to say chartreuse, that's not the right color I'm thinking of. But, something about it just works, especially with the sort of tan colors on this little guy and on the Nirvana logo, and the red for the title and the flowers. So yeah, oh, here's the back. Ducky. Let me see. I haven't looked at this in a while. I love this album so much, and it's probably because this was the main thing my mom had in rotation when I was little, so like I would be she'd be driving me to friggin' like kindergarten and playing this album, and I got really into Polly. I like Dive. I still like every song on this, but Dive and Polly were kind of funny for a kid to be really into, because I mean, I didn't know what Dive was. I didn't know what he was saying. Again, as a kid, I had a really hard time understanding what he was saying, obviously, because I don't know a lot of words. But, that problem persisted for a while. But I remember thinking he was saying die with me instead of dive in me. And, Mom had to correct me, and I was like, oh well. I was kind of a morbid kid, so that didn't really bug me. Maybe I'll talk about that later in another video. But, yeah, there's not much going on with the booklet, which is a shame. Again, it's like my favorite one. Who all is in here? Chris Novoselic, Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, Dale Crover, Chad Channing, Dan Peters. Oh, so the whole gang. Who's Dan Peters? This shows how much of a fake fan I am. I don't even know who Dan Peters is. Obviously now I remember who Chad Channing is. But, I'm gonna end up looking at this for way too long. I'm surprised Butch Vig's picture isn't in this, considering how much I remember reading about him whenever I would see an interview, or read an interview with Nirvana, or watch an interview, stuff like that. I remember seeing his name come up a lot. But yeah. I really like this one. It's more of a compilation sort of album, I guess you could say. I call it the B-sides album because these are all like Downer was on, wait, what was it? I can't remember. But the version they have on here is New Wave. No, New Wave Paul. See, jeez, I'm getting all mixed up now. Polly was on a different album. It was on, no, wasn't on that one. It was on Bleach, maybe? I think. I don't know. But the one on here is more like upbeat and fast-paced, kind of more like a fun rock song as opposed to a kind of like a sad sort of song. Which, as a kid, since it's my first hearing that song, that's the version I like more. Binasun is a transgender classic, for obvious reasons. I'm not getting into it. Kurt Cobain had some fun beliefs, I guess, as far as social kinds of issues go, so, you know, I don't know if he was thinking about, I feel like I read something where he was like, you could interpret it to be about that, but I could be, I'm getting all mixed up here. Aneurysm is like, maybe one of my favorite endings to an album. Again, it's like a B-sides collection because it's Polly New Wave is like a different version of regular Polly. Molly's Lips and Son of a Gunner covers. Isn't Turnaround is a Devo cover, I know that one. Other songs are just B-sides. They didn't appear on any other album. No one really talks about them, sadly. Aneurysm has kind of a fun song progression, I guess, that, I don't know, the whole album is just, like, enjoyable to me and fun, and I really like it. It means a lot to me, mainly because of, you know, growing up with it and everything, so, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably have heard Incesticide, but if you haven't, check it out, because it's, very, ignored, underrated Nirvana album, in my opinion, as the B-sides enjoyer. Hey, does something look different? It's because it's tomorrow. I had to charge the camera again, and then it took too long, and then it got dark outside. And then I tried lighting it on my own in here, and it didn't look very good, so I'm just waiting till now. So, since I think the last part was running kind of long, so instead, this time, we're just gonna look at my Smashing Pumpkins collection, which isn't a whole lot. I know they have a lot of albums, but I don't... Do they have a lot? Well, they have more than I have here, and two of these are the exact same album, so... but, you know, these are the ones I like. I have, we'll get to it. Anywho, so starting off, we'll start at the beginning, the oldest albums I got. So here's Gish. I got this one at a local place. You can tell by all the friggin' stickers on it that I haven't taken off yet. Here's the back. Dig that. A lot of these albums of this era had a lot of cool vintagey aesthetics in their packaging and everything. Like, not too much with Nirvana except for In Utero, but kind of reminds me of Ritual de lo Habitual. That kind, I mean, Jane's Addiction in general. I keep on bringing up Ritual de lo Habitual just because I like it. Anywho, the booklet is kind of barren. It's a picture of a cool dog, details, that's about it. And the disc. Did I show the disc? I don't think I did. Here we go. I like the purple. It says look at the booklet for more details right on the disc, but there's not really a whole lot in there other than, you know, general musical credits and stuff. But yeah, I like this album. First one I heard by Smashing Pumpkins, I think, was actually, let me make sure. Nope, it was it might have been Melancholy, but next we're going to talk about Siamese Stream. I'm sorry that there's like some grossness on this. I don't remember where I bought this, but I left it on the table downstairs for a long time in the living room, and people tend to just set their drinks on whatever they want. So this one got a little bit gross. So I should probably clean it. I probably should have cleaned it before I started recording this, but c'est la vie. Anywho, I like this cover art better than, I'm gonna try and cover up the grossness. It's everywhere. I like this version of the cover art a lot more, because when you go on Spotify, YouTube Music, that kind of thing, it has like that weird, I kind of don't remember how the colors changed, but like instead of it being kind of like a nice summery look like on here, they changed it to be like purple and orange, and I really don't like that. I guess it was for remaster, maybe deluxe edition, but I hate the way it looks. So yeah, here's a picture of the back. Just some other pictures of the girls, I suppose. I don't know what's bamboozling me about this. Maybe it's like, let me look back at Gish. Oh, I guess I was just getting weirded out by like the black insert. I feel like I haven't been looking at too many discs that have the black CD insert thing. Anyway, the disc is really cool. It's it kind of reminds me of my like artistic inspirations and stuff. Just kind of like girls sitting there and everything. Am I out of focus? No, I'm okay. So here's the booklet. It's another one of these kind of fold out situations. What is on here actually? Okay, so oh my god. Okay, so this is just sort of credits, and we would like to thank blah 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 blah. Everyone gets their own little section where they thank who they wish. Now this is interesting. There is a Smashing Pumpkins fan club address at the bottom. I'm gonna show it just because it's funny. Let's see. Hope you can see that, because on my view it's mirrored. Anywho, it says, for lyrics send $1 plus SASE. Shipping and cent. I don't know. But that's crazy. You had to pay them? Like, I already bought the album. Can I just have the friggin' lyrics? Oh, I can actually just show you the cover art better now, because it's not with all that grossness. Yeah. So, wow, that's kind of funny to think about. Did I show the back? I don't think I did. Here we go. I always like these because you see they're all labeled with like the song lyrics and everything. When I showed off Earth 2's booklet, I don't think I showed off the booklet at all, but it had a lot of cool stuff in it, like well, I'm kind of exaggerating, I'm kind of just yapping, but I like when they have an image for each song on the album, like the Earth 2 booklet had, because that's pretty much all that was in the booklet. So it's really cool that they did it here, especially with those vintage looking photos. Anywho, these two albums were very important to me as a youngling, because I discovered them, Smashing Pumpkins, back in high school, as everyone would. And I had a lot of fun listening to them and everything. Although, their music is pretty, but miserable most of the time, because of all this brooding and stuff that Billy's doing. So, I was pretty depressed in high school, as I would imagine a lot of people were, at least like in modern day. I don't know about back in the day. No, everyone's brooding back in the... Sorry, I don't know anything. But I was pretty depressed, going through some bad stuff with the people I was dating and everything. So listening to Siamese Dream, which this is not confirmed, but people including... Sorry. A lot of people, including Courtney Love herself, have said that this is a sort of breakup album about her and everything. So I kind of vibed with a lot of songs on the album. Oh, and on Siamese Dream, this is kind of funny. My science teacher had this thing where I would say maybe once a month we had to do some kind of writing assignment on scientific news or something. And occasionally he would make it so it didn't have to be about science. We could just pick a song that we liked and write why we liked it. Or was it a song or an album? Yeah, a song that we liked and write a thing on it. And so I'm pretty sure I still have these somewhere. But I'm pretty sure I did mine on Hummer and Geek USA. And if not Geek USA, it might have been Soma, because I liked both of those. So, and it was pretty funny because I've had, if you know the songs, they're not particularly happy. So I remember my teacher pulled me out of, like, pulled me back before lunch and was like, "Hey, are you okay? Is someone messing with you?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay." So, you know, it was a whole thing. And another fun fact, this is more about me than the album at this point. Sorry if you wanted more interesting stuff about the albums like last time. But I learned Soma, the entire thing, on guitar from my guitar class back in the day. And I didn't realize that the idea was, it was beginner guitar class, so a lot of other people learned basic chord progressions for, like, I don't know, Taylor Swift songs or whatever. And so, since Soma is like 7-8 minutes long or something, it was pretty long, I was up there for a long time and I volunteered first, and then I got really embarrassed watching everybody else who played just like a basic chord progression, and they were like, "Oh yay, good job." So, you know, but I don't know, I always thought that was funny. A big accomplishment for me because I don't like public speaking too much, that kind of thing. Anyways, next up, another very important album to me. Melancholy. Yep, I got 2 of them. You can see that the colors are a little bit different, which, let me see. Maybe it has to do with the release date of these, because I'm assuming this one is an older release. I got this one, as you can see, from Half Price Books, so this is more likely like an old release. I don't remember where I got this, because if there was a Half Price Books sticker on it, you know. Okay, so this one is a remaster. I just checked on the back. It says 2012. This one is 1995. So, let's look at the boring one first, the new one. Okay, well, here's another problem. So, this one I don't have the CDs for. I'm pretty sure the other one has the CDs correctly. But, as you can see, it's a slim, regular size jewel case, and this kind of just has the flip out thingy. Because yes, it is a 2-disc album, if you didn't know. And this one gives me easy access to the back, which is interesting. So, here we go. You know what? Let's look at the bigger case first, because it's like this. Is there any difference on the back? The font's different. If you can, let me see. This is just kind of like basic serif font. This one's kind of more stylized. I don't know why they changed it. Kind of weird. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this one looks a lot nicer. So you open up the first half. You have the first CD with, let me see, first CD with a nice little floral vintage background. Actually, I see the earth back there. And then the booklet. We'll look at the booklet in a second. I want to compare and see if there's any difference. And then we have the second disc on the other side, with a similar kind of vintage background and another booklet. So it's been a while since I've actually looked at these. So let's see what stuff we got. Okay, so the first booklet is, I'm assuming the first booklet is just like stylish art stuff, because we have a lot more interesting collages by the guy who did the cover art, John Craig. He has a website where I think you can buy his prints and everything. Let's see. Oh, we have a photo of the gang here in the back. Billy was so cute when he was younger, and James is still cute, and Darcy's still cute. Let's see. Why'd I sigh like that? Jimmy's cute too. I guess I mostly just think of, I don't think of Jimmy too much because I mainly remember the beef, I suppose, between Billy and Darcy during the time of their few years ago reunion. I'm pretty sure it was sometime in the 2020s, or maybe the end of the 2010s, something like that. And then I remember James because my mom is obsessed with him, thinks he's super cute, and then I was obsessed with Billy Corgan. So if there are any Jimmy Chamberlain fans out there, I'm not trying to diss you or nothing. This is just how it is. I'm pulling out the booklet for the 2012 re-release. It's a lot bigger. Okay, hold on. Let's look at this brown booklet next. Okay, so this one is just the lyrics booklet. They're not making you pay the fan club anything for the lyrics. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Just a little bit of graphics. It's got that nice font from the back again. So, that's nice. I wonder if people still, like, make these sort of big cases anymore. Because, a lot of, I mean, if you just consider this one and, the Purple Haze from East, it has the same sort of small jewel case size with the flip-out CD holder. So, I don't know. I kind of like the big cases because you can jam more extras in it, like the booklet and everything, although I don't know how much anybody would really want to do that nowadays. Anyways, so here's the booklet for the smaller 2012 release. It's got the same art, but it has a little bit of a biography about how the album came out. Is this Billy Corgan writing this? Oh, no. It's, you know, let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything new or different in here. Oh, there's some commentary. It's kind of weird that I never looked at this, but considering how obsessed I was. Maybe I bought this a lot later after my grunge phase. Is Smashing Pumpkins considered grunge? Not really, right? Because they got kind of a nice fuzz tone with the electro harmonics pedal. I want to brag about that in a second, but let's see. I want to find what he wrote about one of my favorite songs. Here we go. So my favorite song, I think, off the album is Through the Eyes of Ruby. Here's what they had to say about it. I'm assuming this is Billy writing. I don't think it mentioned, but knowing him, it was probably him. The last of our long and overly constructed epic songs. I even said as much at the time, thinking we'd never bother to do another. I approached Ruby with real weariness, knowing the amount of work it would take, and in my heart never being quite sold on the song. Looking back, it has far more going for it as a composition than I gave it credit for at the time, and part of the way I approached the production of the guitars was almost to mock the mostly overblown style. Because my attention was elsewhere on other tunes, preparation of the guitar overdubs was handed off to my bandmates, who spent a week coming up with very little between them. With our time running out, I added something in the neighborhood of 54 guitar parts in 4 hours, if for nothing else than to show my frustration with them in spite. Not necessarily inspired ways of communication, but effective nonetheless. Okay, well, I expected something a little bit nicer than that, reading through these, but this is Billy we're talking about, so, you know. Yeah, it says right at the end, Billy Corgan, August 2012. Can't see it because I didn't show it that good, but that's when he wrote all this. And yeah, I think, let me check real quick. Okay, yeah, so there's an extra piece of art that you would see on the inside or slash back of the booklet. Let me see. Da-da-da. So I really like the cover of this. I've drawn a lot of variations of this inspired by it. To my knowledge, it's a mix of Saint Catherine, a painting of Saint Catherine, one of the female saints, and a portrait of this girl that Jean-Baptiste Greuze painted a lot. I'll maybe write the names down in the description or something, because it's really interesting stuff. I really like looking at John Craig's collage work and everything. It's so beautiful, and he picks from a lot of really great artists, and I don't know, he's just got like a really good creative lens, I suppose. I wish there was a way to find more of his art online, because I found some of it in an interview where he talked about working on Melancholy, and then I saw another one that was, well, the other stuff was just on his website, so I don't know. I wish I could see like his whole portfolio of work, I suppose. Anywho, Melancholy is a really good album, obviously. So I don't totally remember the details, and I could be getting this wrong, but to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure that Gish and Siamese Dream, as well as, I'm pretty sure there might have been another album during that era, I can't remember right now. Pre-Melancholy, a lot of things were kind of like Billy's ideas, I suppose. So Melancholy was a break from that, where it was more input from all of the band members. Like, I can't totally remember. I think Lily, My One and Only, might have been more of a James song, and I don't know. I can't really think of it too good right now. Oh, my leg's falling asleep. Ah! Okay, but basically, like, there are more compositions mainly made by other band members, where as far as I can tell, the other albums had mostly Billy at the helm of it and everything. And he seems to still be that way in the modern era, considering all the other band members left for a long time, and he brought in people who were like my age at the time. Stuff like Melancholy came out, which is to say they were not born yet. But yeah, I guess that explains why he was doing stuff out of spite, as he claimed in the little booklet, which is interesting, I suppose. This album was also pretty important to me as a kid and everything. The second disc, Twilight to Starlight, the nighttime disc, was a fun one for, well, kind of a painful one, I suppose. Because that's the one that had Through the Eyes of Ruby. And then the pretty ending tracks always have this little tinge of melancholy to it. Yeah, melancholy. That I feel like Smashing Pumpkins is really great at nailing. So, you know, it helped my, it helped me live out my bad moods through music and everything. Dawn to Dusk, the first one, is a little bit more upbeat, but it also still has tracks like An Ode to No One, and Jelly Belly. I can't tell if Jelly Belly's a happy song or a sad song. Leave your opinions in the comments, because I would love to hear what other people think about that song. I'm really big into like lyric analysis and that kind of thing, so. And the title track I've listened to a million times, with the piano. I once learned how to play it on acoustic guitar, although I have since not necessarily forgotten, but I'm so out of practice, because I would use G-shaped bar chords, which are painful. I got really small hands, so it's it's bad enough, you know. So maybe one day I'll relearn it. I probably should. Anywho, I don't have a lot to say about this last album, and we're already running definitely over 30 minutes, maybe even over 40. But the last album I have by them is Oh So Shiny. Wait, no. Shiny and Oh So Bright, Volume 1. I wonder why it's called Volume 1, because to my knowledge, there was never a Volume 2. So, I don't know. I follow the newsletter, which is how I even learned about this album. Also because I was in the middle of a intense Billy Corgan fixation. April, if you're out there, you and I were mutuals on Twitter. Come find me. Anywho, so this album, I remember, I'm pretty sure I listened to the whole thing when it came out on Spotify, and I did not like it at all. I don't really like anything past Melancholy, if I'm being completely honest. What was after this? Adore? Adore was after Melancholy? Maybe I need to give it another chance, but the new era stuff I definitely do not like. But I still bought what was it? There was some kind of like special pre-order edition of this album, and for some reason I bought it even though I had not seen or heard anything from the album at that point. So I have a poster over there, blacklight poster, it's really cool. And I have a shirt that came with it. It's like kind of a pink shirt with a very light design on it that kind of a pain that those colors are so similar because they fade really easily in the wash. So if you're like right up in my face can you actually see, I guess right up against my chest, can you really see what's on that thing. But okay, it cut out on me because I guess this thing doesn't like when I record for too long. But again, I don't have much to say about this. I did not like this album. I don't like any of their new albums. This was also maybe around the time that I was reading a lot of articles about how people don't like Billy Corgan for some reason or another. I still have an appreciation for him because I remember when I was going through a pretty bad breakup, I sent him a message on Instagram saying that I was listening to Siamese Dream and it was helping cheer me up. And then he liked my message, and then he liked one of my photos on my Instagram account. I don't use Instagram anymore, so don't even ask for it. But you know, I thought that was somewhat sweet. And I also liked reading, I don't know if he still does this, but he used to do sort of like Q&A things. I don't really know how they work because, again, I'm not with that program. What's it called? Whatever, I don't use Instagram that much. But people would ask him questions and then he'd leave a reply. And he would do this for a lot of questions. Like there was a long list in his story that could just go on forever. And I mainly checked it because I had a friend, April once again, who would send him stuff and then would be like, I can't believe you replied. But I guess it was, I don't know. It was kind of interesting. But I was hearing a lot of bad stuff about Billy around this time, so I wasn't like super hype about the album, really. And especially because I didn't like Adore. So, you know, that kind of thing. Anyways, so that's my Smashing Pumpkins collection. I did show, I had Tonight up there, which I said I haven't listened to, and I also don't have the disc for. Or wait, did I have the disc? Doesn't even matter. I'll check it out at some point, because it was from the Melancholy era, which was stuff that I like. But, yeah, so I said I was gonna do my Stone Temple Pilots collection. This has gone on long enough, I think, this particular video, so we'll get to that next time. I'll have a lot to say about that, so it'll probably take the whole video, if I'm being completely honest. If it doesn't, then I'll try and mash my Stone Temple Pilots and Alice in Chains collection together. I know this isn't all grunge, but I kind of lump them all in the same category, so that's just what we're going with. But, yeah, so that's it for now. Tell me what you think about any of the albums and everything. And thank you for watching, by the way. When I was uploading these, I didn't think, when I uploaded the last one, I didn't think anyone would actually watch it. So, I appreciate it that people are actually looking at this stuff. So, can't promise when the next one will be out, but it will be out. So, keep an eye out. See ya.